Hello, and welcome to our lesson on customer and project team trust-based relationships. In this segment, we will continue discussing achieving commitment. A number of models describe the stages that teams or groups go through on the way to maturity. One of the more popular ones has self-explanatory titles for the stages: forming, storming, norming, and performing. In the forming stage, people are concerned with how they will fit in and with who calls the shots, makes decisions, and so on. During this stage, they look to the leader or someone else to give them some structure, that is, to give them a sense of direction and to help them get started. A leader's failure to do this may result in the loss of the team to some member who exercises what we call informal leadership. The storming stage is frustrating for most people. When the team reaches this stage, people begin to question their goals. Are they on the right track? Is the leader really leading them? They sometimes play shoot the leader during this stage. At the norming stage, they are beginning to resolve their conflicts and settle down to work. They have developed norms, unwritten rules, about how they will work together, and they feel more comfortable with one another. Each individual has found her place in the team and knows what to expect of the others. Finally, when the team reaches the performing stage, the leader's job is easier. Members generally work well together now, enjoy doing so, and tend to produce high-quality results. In other words, we can really call them a team at this point. Leading a team through stage 1. A newly formed team needs considerable structure, or it will not be able to get started. A leader who fails to provide such structure during stage 1, the forming stage, may be rejected by the group, which will then look for leadership from someone else. A directive style of leadership is called for in the forming stage. During this stage, members also want to get to know one another and want to understand the role each member will play on the team. In stage 1, the leader must help team members get to know one another and help them become clear on goals, roles, and responsibilities. Leaders who are very task-oriented tend to make a major error here. They just tell the team to get to work without helping members get to know one another. They view such purely social activities as a waste of time. Surely members can attend to such things themselves. Although it seems obvious, it is hard to see yourself as a team when you don't know some of the players. Leading a team through stage 2. Getting the team started with a kickoff party or dinner is one way to let members become acquainted in a purely social way, with no pressure to perform actual task work. If this is not feasible, there must be some mechanism for letting people get to know one another. As the group continues to develop, it enters stage 2, storming. Here, people are beginning to have some anxiety. They start to question the group's goal. Are we doing what we're supposed to be doing? The leader must use influence or persuasion to assure them that they are indeed on track. They need a lot of psychological support as well. They must be assured by the leader that they are valued, that they are vital to the success of the team, and so on. In other words, members need some stroking at this stage. A selling or influence style of leadership is appropriate at the storming stage. Commitment through stage 3, there is a tendency to try to skip this stage, as managers feel uncomfortable with the conflict that occurs. To sweep such conflict under the rug and pretend that it doesn't exist is a mistake. The conflict must be managed so that it does not become destructive, but it must not be avoided. If it is, the group will keep coming back to this stage to try to resolve the conflict, and this will inhibit progress. Better to pay now and get it over with. As the team enters stage 3, norming, it is becoming closer knit. Members are beginning to see themselves as a team and take some sense of personal identity from membership in the group. Members are now involved in the work, are becoming supportive of one another, and, because of their cooperation, can be said to be more of a team than a group at this point. The leader needs to adopt a participative style in this stage and share decision-making more than in stages 1 and 2. In the norming stage, the leader should adopt a participative style of leadership. Commitment and conflicts during stage 4. By the time a group reaches stage 4 performing, it is a real team. The leader can generally sit back and concentrate on what-if analysis of team progress, planning for future work, and so on. This is a delegative style of leadership and is appropriate. The team is achieving results, and members are usually taking pride in their accomplishments. In this stage, there should be signs of camaraderie, joking around, and real enjoyment in working together. Delegative leadership is the proper style in the performing stage of a team's development. Note that delegation does not mean abdication. It is important to remember that no team stays in a single stage forever. If it encounters obstacles, it may drop back to stage 3, and the leader can no longer be delegative, but must back up to the stage 3 management style, which is participative. Membership in project teams often changes. When new members come on board, you should consider that for a short time, the team will fall back to stage 1, and you will have to take it back through the stages until it reaches maturity again. It is especially important that you help everyone get to know the new member and understand what his role will be in the team. This does take some time, but it is essential if you want the team to progress properly. Developing a commitment to a team. Team members are often assigned to a project simply because they are the best available people, not because they are the best people for the job. When this happens, they may have no commitment to the team. In their book, Organizations, Blackwell Secondeder 1993, March and Simon present 5 rules for developing commitment to a team or organization. 1. Have team members interact frequently so that they gain a sense of being a team. 2. Be sure that individual needs are being met through participation in the team. 3. Let all members know why the project is important. 4. Make sure all members share the goals of the team. One bad apple can spoil the barrel. 5. Keep competition within the team to a minimum. Competition and cooperation are opposites. Let members compete with people outside the team, not within it. Note that the first rule cannot always be followed if the team is scattered geographically. In that case, members should meet frequently through teleconferencing, video conferencing, and/or an internet-based tool. It is almost impossible to think of yourself as part of a team if the team never gets together in some manner. Conclusion: teams don't just happen, they must be built. Having the entire team participate in planning is one way to start the team building process. Deal with goals, roles, and responsibilities, procedures, and relationships in that order. So-called personality conflicts are often caused by team members' poor interpersonal skills. For teams to function well, all members should receive training in this area. The style of leadership appropriate for a team depends on its stage of development. In the forming stage, it is directive. In storming, it is influencing. At the norming stage, switch to a participative style. Finally, when the team reaches the performing stage, you can be delegative. This is the end of this segment of our lesson. In the next segment, we will discuss embracing accountability. This course is presented to you by South Europe College. Thank you for listening, and see you on our next segment.